Hello, my name is Melanie Ferris. I'm a member of Aaron Kingsley's Modern and Contemporary Literature class at the University of Colorado at Boulder in spring of 2016. Today I'm going to close read an excerpt from White Noise by DeLillo. We'll be looking at the first 4 sentences of the second paragraph of chapter 1. And before we get into the actual close reading, I want to give you a little bit of the context. Jack is the narrator of the story in this little excerpt. He's also the protagonist of the story, and he's in the midst of observing students returning from summer break to begin a new semester at a small northeastern private college. Jack is one of the professors at the college, and in fact he's the head of the Hitler Studies department. The setting is a drop-off area in front of the dorms where the students and parents are unloading an enormous amount of personal paraphernalia from station wagons. So I think this places this as in probably the early to mid 1980s. So first I'm going to read this to you, and then we'll dive into the close reading. I've witnessed this spectacle every September for 21 years. It is a brilliant event invariably. The students greet each other with comic cries and gestures of sodden collapse. Their summer has been bloated with criminal pleasures, as always. Well, to me, what jumps out, first of all, is the language. He uses some very repetitive words. They're not repetitive like every, but they're repetitive in meaning, a consistency, a constant. So he has every, he has invariably, and he has always. So to me, this is a ritual that Jack enjoys. If he didn't enjoy it, he wouldn't be documenting it for us after 21 years. He would have maybe gone on to do something else. But today he is spending his time, and he remarks to his wife later on about the event, and he cheers it on. So he looks forward to it. But Jack's diction is not indicative that he's merely watching. He uses the word witnessed right here. And so you might think witnessed a crime, witnessed some religious event, but in this case I think Jack feels very entertained. He sees, he finds the comic cries, it's a spectacle, so here he's really in it for the enjoyment. I don't think that he is being judgmental. I'll get to a little bit of that later on, but I think he's just really enjoying this as a spectacle, as a performance. He's entertained. Now he uses this one word, though, that is not so flattering. He uses the word sodden. Right? It's right here. Sodden. You can't be covering it up. So anyhow, the word sodden is an interesting word choice, and I've looked it up for you here. They have several definitions in the English Oxford Dictionary. I chose the one that's related to people. Having the appearance of or resembling that which has been soaked or steeped in water, rendered dull, stupid, or expressionless, especially owing to drunkenness or indulgence in intoxicants, pale and flaccid. Excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. So that's not particularly flattering, but it does completely tie into what he's talking about here. First of all, he talks about sodden collapse. So if you steep or soak something in water, let's think of a chicken. You're not going back to the chicken, the raw chicken. You're changing it irrevocably. It's a chemical change, and that's what he feels is taking place with these students. They are no longer what they were. They were previously bloated, and now he has collapsed them. So, yep. And so, but that's still not too terribly flattering, is it? I don't think his tone is judgmental, though. As indicated earlier, he seems more like he's entertained by this whole event. And he does talk about there being pleasures, criminal pleasures. The criminal kind of ties right back up to the right back up here to the drunkenness and indulgence in intoxicants. But pleasures denotes that he's not being judgmental about it. In fact, he probably is a little bit remorseful that it's not him participating in this. Anyhow, after reading this opening scene, we're left with the impression that Jack values the continuity and the ritual at the beginning of the semester, and that's why it's completely in character for him to feel a sense of disruption with the events that transpire during the book. So with the toxic event and his subsequent diagnosis from exposure, with Babette's interactions with Dylar and Mr. Gray. So I think this is a really awesome opening to kind of set Jack up as a person who loves routine and is very disrupted when things change too much. Thank you very much.